Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Farmer Mo here and we're playing some Farthest Frontier. I don't know if you saw the other series on Woodvale, which is a Vanquisher level on a random map, and I thought let's concurrently run another Vanquisher level run, also on a large map, also Vanquisher, but this time with Arid Highlands, to see how it's more difficult with the scarce resources, with low water and all these kind of things. Okay guys, here we are on our Arid Highlands map, where I would suspect that the resources are going to be quite scarce and the water is going to be quite scarce. So let's first look around. So yes, water around 40%, 45, goes down to in the 20s. There's a bit more water up here behind the hill, 40s, 40s. It's going down 16%. Here's a bit more water, 48%. Let's check the fertility. Small area there. A small area over here. Here's about 50, but not very big area. And also a wolf den, another wolf den, and some hogs. Not a very good map, so this is going to be quite a challenge. Let me find us the right area. Okay, I think I found our spot. The reason I'm picking the spot is because of the area of fertility down here. And then I think the water is also not too bad down here. There are some better spots for water, but the reason why I'm picking this is that at least there's some resources over here. There's some animals. There's some more animals over here and some more resources. And over there, then there's gold. There's coal over here. There's sand, and there's iron just a little bit to the west over here. So, and then it's slightly on a little hill. I'm thinking we'll put it right by the edges, like that. So then we can do kind of two neighborhoods with residents. So I'm thinking two residential neighborhoods over here, and then eventually the more fertile ground we can use for the farming. Farming is going to be very important on this map, but it will also be a struggle with the low fertility. So let's get cracking. I'm gonna show a little bit less of how to play and more of what happens in this video compared to the other one. So first thing is let's get some trees chopped, and we'll get this down center built. Down center nearly done. We're just waiting for the last piece of wood. We will of course need firewood as well. And there it's being built. And then we'll build 3 houses. We'll get a pit or a well. So let's see where we're gonna go with the houses. We don't want to do it inside the area where these nuts are. It looks like the nuts is on the next one. So we'll build it 1, 2, 3 houses. And then where we're going to place the well. Resources. $43, 45. Yeah, I think 45 over here is fine. Then we'll do all our industries up here, kind of, and all the housing in this direction. Next, of course, we need to get the firewood splitter. And we'll do that on the other side. Okay, 2 of the houses is done. Firewood splitter is being built. So now we need to look at foraging. There's unfortunately not a lot to forage. So probably we'll be looking straight away at, and we've got a wolf already. So let's just freeze this and get our villagers so that we can see them. And let's get all these villagers close by and attack that wolf. Can't afford to lose a villager this early on. Okay, two a little bit injured, but it's okay, they survived. So foraging, is it really worth trying to forage? Okay, there's some resources down here when it eventually becomes in season. There's some up there, so I think for now, first we're gonna build a hunter on this cabin. Food production on this cabin, and let's put it up here as well. Let's put 2 down. Okay, so we need to build 6 houses and 4 months worth of food supply. That 4 months worth of food supply is maybe going to be a bit of a stretch. We'll probably build a forager shortly as well, so that we can get these berries when they become in season. But this is going to be a struggle on this map. Not even half a year in and we already have a drought, and that's just showing you how bad it's going to be for crops. Okay, clearly we need some food production, so we're going to put in the forager shack now. We've got the 2 hunters cabins, one is done already, second one is coming online shortly. Let's put some priority on this forager shack. We need to get this berries and stuff harvested as soon as possible. Let's see if any of this is blueberries. I seriously doubt it, but it would have been nice to move some blueberries close to the village. No. We'll just put villagers to harvest this when it becomes in season. Okay, and now the forager can start. We can change the work area to get all of this. Hopefully that's going to get us some food. There's no other food close by. There's a bit down there. Probably worth it getting another one. Let's do that. Otherwise we're not going to get those extra residents. There's no chance. So we need to build one more house. We've got some wolves up here. Just want to keep an eye on this. I think we should put one of our hunters up here so that we can also get rid of these wolves. I know the water up here is not very great, but we probably need to build another well up here. So let's just see where is the best spot. 28, 22, 25, 26. So this corner is probably the best, even though it's not great, but we need something. And then we need some more rocks. Okay, so that area is already done, and the second forager shack is going to come online shortly. So let's see, the firewood splitter needs more wood. Let's set a limit for the firewood splitter as well. I think for the first year something like 90 should be fine. If he's more than 90 you can stop. Okay, and they are chopping more. Okay, they're just slow. So maybe we need to look at having a road just to help them travel a bit faster. And then let's build another road here across. We've got one villager that joined us already. That's nice. Doesn't happen quite often that you get villagers joining before you get the first 6 or 7 to join with the 6 houses. The 6th house is just going up now, but we still don't have 4 months worth of food. I think let's stop this forager shack for now. We're going to be heavily reliant on hunting for now. So we've only got the 2 deer spots, one here and one up there, but we can also hunt the wolves, which we'll probably need to do if these deer start running out. There's foraging.
Yes?
So maybe this forager, there is some berries down there now. So let's get down there. let's get this one built and then we just switch it off. With this scarcity of resources, micromanaging is very important. Okay, and we found some more deer. Okay, this forager we're going to disable straight away. There's no use for it. As long as the two hunters are busy. That one is busy. That one is busy. Okay. And our 6th house is nearly done, so once that's done, we can hopefully get these additional villagers, and then we need to look at maybe a Fletcher for some arrows and bows. We've only got one bow and 20 arrows left. Okay, to the technology tree. And the technology tree, I mean, in the first one you've only got this option to unlock the base knowledge. It's no use really going for something else, because you want the base knowledge. I think we've got no other option. We need another hunter scavenger. And we'll need that Fletcher sooner rather than later for the arrows and the bows. So Fletcher. And what do we need for the Fletcher? We need the saw pit. Now for the saw pit we need the stockyard. So let's get the stockyard built. I want to build it over here, but now it's too steep. So let's just flatten this area. So at the moment we've got 4 months of food. We've got the 6 houses. So if we're lucky they will join. Hopefully it's 8 or 9 people. But I've seen more often that it's 6 or 7. Okay, the stockyard's going in. This well up here is going to fall very slowly, but at least we've got something close to the industry. Okay, and our 3rd hunter's cabin is coming online. Okay, finally we've got the villagers to join, only 6 of them this time. So with the one that already joined, that's 7 new villagers since the start, so we're on 17 now. And hopefully we can just keep growing from here. So we need to keep hunting, because resources is a big issue. We've only got a little bit of berries and some meat, and we need a lot more meat. The berries won't be available for another couple of months into the new year. There's nothing we can forage at the moment, absolutely nothing. So we're dependent on the hunters completely, and they're all in the houses at the moment because of the snow. Okay, and everybody's out back to work. We need to hunt. Hopefully this hunter uncovers something. We've got some predators. Let's just see where it is. Okay, there's 2 wolves on this one hunter. This hunter went too far. I'm not sure he's gonna make it.
Done.
Let's see. He's not gonna make it. Let's... Can we bring this hunter to help him? I don't know if he's gonna make it. This is always the problem in the early game. I don't think he's gonna make it. Come on, lamb. Run, 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 run. He's not gonna make it. The wolves is gonna get him. And we won't have healers out now to heal him. So he's just gonna die. That's unfortunate. We're gonna need to get rid of this 2 wolves enclosures, wolves huts, quite soon. Otherwise we're gonna be running into problems constantly trying to forage in this area or to hunt in this area. Okay, so one wolf down. Ah, come on. Let's try and get another wolf and then we'll take these two carcasses. But this
Need
guy
something?
is bleeding out, or she's bleeding out, but there's nothing we can do. We don't have a medicine healer's hut at the moment, so we can't fetch an healer. I'm sure this guy's gonna run out of arrows as well. I still got a couple left at least. Okay, so he'll get these two carcasses, and suppose we need to get another hunter. She's gonna die. There's nothing we can do about it. So we've got a new hunter in here. Okay, our stockyard is nearly done. And then we can get the Fletcher up to make more arrows and bows. We'll need to micromanage this till all these wolves is dead. There's no other way. Our food supply is dwindling. And there's nothing to forage at the moment. So this new hunter is gonna fetch the weapons from Lamb, which is busy dying. Not. Wow. That's not helping. I thought he would fetch the weapons. Okay, so this is the problem. He can't get the weapons. I don't know if when she dies if he can get it. Policies is not going to help us now. Raiders at the moment will be real pain. We're going to shut down this hut for now until that guy can get the weapon. So when she dies, we'll enable it again and see. Alright, the stockyard is built. So let's now try and see if we can get the Fletcher done. Resources. We first need the saw pit before we can do the Fletcher. I think that's what we saw. Yeah, we need the saw pit. So saw pit, it's not good for desirability. So we'll build the saw pit up here somewhere, away from the village, from where the houses will be. So I think over here. Okay, that villager has died, so we'll re-enable this one now and see if we can get this guy to come and fetch the weapons. Of course, this means that we'll now need a graveyard, so let's build a graveyard. I think we'll build it a bit away from the rest of the village, so we'll do it up here. A small graveyard for now will be fine. We'll need some more stone. Okay, and the saw pit is done, so now we can build the Fletcher. Resources, Fletcher. This is important for the bows and arrows. Okay, did this guy go and I think he went and fetched it over there. So he's now coming back to hunt over here, so we'll micromanage him a bit now. So let's just pause this and make sure we get that wolf. Okay, we got him. Now we'll make sure we get the other wolf. Okay, we got him as well. Alright, let's first take these two carcasses and then we'll check when he comes out again. That Fletcher needs to be prioritized. It's quite important that we start getting arrows. There's no arrows, no bows, no nothing left. Let's take a quick look at the stockyard. So the stockyard got all the wood and stone and these things. So we can remove that from the wagon or storage cart. We'll eventually want to build a root cellar so that we can take away the food from this guy. There's no need for him to store food either. Okay, so we received another knowledge point, and this needs to go into economy because there's no way of getting any gold early on, so it will go towards taxation 0.2%, and this we'll only get once we have a market, but we need to get this done as soon as possible so that once we have a market, if we have some income coming, eventually we can mine some gold. There's quite a lot of gold in this area, but we're still a bit off from being able to mine for gold. Okay, and yeah, this hunter is coming again.
Hello there.
Okay, it's not, it's the other one. This one is still busy with the meat. We'll see when he comes out again. So we've got 2 months worth of meat at the moment. We'll need to look at preserving it, so smoking it. That'll probably be the next thing that we build as a smokehouse. Our graveyard is done, so somebody will go and fetch that body and put it in the graveyard. Let's see how many villages we got. We don't really need 3 builders or 4 builders. We can put some
anything?
more into the saw pit to get the blanks faster. Let's chop some more trees. We've got a wolf down here as well, so it might be good to go and hunt that one. Okay, so our hunter's on the way. I want to send somebody to go fetch this dead villager. Let's see, where is the wolves? Looks like there's no more wolves at this one. Not at that one either, so let's kill this. Okay, finally our forager can start working again. So we'll get the forager to come forage this area. Let's see, where's our hunters at the moment. So the one is coming down here. There's only 1 deer left. The second one is doing this area around the village, which is only 1 left also. And then the last one is doing this area where the wolves also are. So we'll leave it in this area. There's 2 patches of deer. Okay, finally the Fletcher is done. So we'll want to make more arrows than bows. We'll let the arrows go to maybe 200 before this guy can stop. And we'll let them make up to 4 bows. We'll change this again at a later time. Okay, the wolves are back, so we need to see where the hunter is. The moment that he comes out here, we're gonna attack the other wolves and that wolf den over there. Finally, they've buried the lamb. Let's now look at a smokehouse next. So food production, smokehouse. Also not good for desirability, but it's okay if it's out of the way over here. So I think over there is fine. Come on, get it, get it, get it. No. Okay, got that one. Let's get the last one as well. Hopefully it's the last one. I took a little bit of damage. We'll destroy this wolf den first, and then he can carry on with the two carcasses. Let's just double check. Predators attacking. Yeah, it's the ones that we were busy with, so that's fine. No issue there. Okay, our next target is obviously going to be a market. To get a market, we must have a sawpit and a storehouse. We've got the sawpit already, so we need a storehouse. So in the storages, there's a storehouse, and let's see if we place this alongside this. We need to first level this area. We've got one more knowledge point. Now we need to be quite clever what we use this for. Okay, we still want the taxation, so once that market is up, we can get the 0.4% tax. But after this, we're going to now have to think about it. Are we going to try and forage faster, which is not really going to help because there's nothing to forage. We're going to try to help our hunters, but to help the hunters, they can get 10% speed, but only after we invest all these points into foraging. So I'm not so sure that this is the right way to go. The next thing is obviously trying to enhance farming, but I mean this is a very slow process, especially still with low amount of villagers. So the other things is then the damage and armor for the villagers, then production of shoes, faster work in the mine and the quarries. I'm not sure. We'll have to see when we get the next point. Storehouse right next to this stockyard. I think it's maybe also time to look at a root cellar so that we can have the food last a bit longer. So again, storage, there's the root cellar, and we'll build it here right next to the hunters and the foragers. So 20 stone over there. We need stone. Oh, yeah, there we're getting some stone still. Let's get these trees as well. So this is going much slower than the other map. We're pretty much at the end of year 2 and we are nowhere near a tier 2 town hall. We need that market before we can get to the tier 2 town hall. And then we need 30 villages as well, and we're nowhere near that either. We've got the planks, stone we'll get, it's not an issue. But the first thing now is to get a market and get the population up. Okay, the storehouse is finished. We're just waiting for the root cellar to finish. And I've been starting to do a little bit of city planning. Thinking of where to put the market. So we want it to cover a lot of places with desirability. So I'm thinking if we have 3 rows of houses over here, we'll move that one house. But we'll not build these for now. That house we'll just move over. Then if we put the market down here, below these new houses, it should cover all these. So it covers all those houses in the corner there. I think that's the right spot for it. This house, we'll just move it one spot across. We can leave it so that they can move that one. This corner here we'll keep open for a little park or a garden or something to improve the desirability over here. So one more villager and some knowledge. So now the knowledge becomes important, which way we go. We've now got the income tax. We talked about the forages, that it's not going to help us much. Farming is going to become important. But I'm wondering if we shouldn't start looking at mining, which means we need to unlock mines, but we can't unlock mines until we get to level 2. We can do the quarries and the stone deposits. Is that worth it at the moment? No. So I'm wondering if we should not maybe keep this point and unlock the mines as soon as we get to tier 2. And finally, there we go, the market is done. So we can get our 6 income from the 6 houses that got citizens in it. As soon as more of the houses got citizens in it, we'll get some more income from that. So next, we need to look at upgrading the town center, but now we need the planks, the stone and the villagers. So getting the villagers in is the important thing. Let's look at our villagers' happiness. So they're still fairly happy. So they might eventually have issues with clothes. The clothes is going to get old, but we won't be able to make clothes for a very long time. We got a lot of skins, so I think we should be looking to make hide coats and shoes. So maybe it would be worth it to look into those. So we're looking at resources. We're looking at tannery, that's even going to give us another point. Tannery is very bad for desirability, so I think the tannery will build it way out in the distance over here. And then the other one is to make the shoes. The cobbler shop. Cobbler shop's not so much an issue for desirability, so we could build it over here, it's fine. Okay, so now we got the message that the market will attract more people. Luckily we already got the market, so hopefully we get another 8 or 9 or 10 citizens to join us quite soon, as our market is already there and we need the 30 citizens to get the town center to tier 2. Okay, so we've got 8 people that want to join us, and in the meantime our cobbler shop is done, so we've got shoes being produced now. We can set a maximum over here. Let's do that for 20 for now. And then also the tannery is done, and the tannery, let's also set the limit now for 20 coats. We can always increase this. For now, we just want to keep them busy, but not unduly busy. Let's see how our population is looking like. So we've got 8 people doing normal labor jobs. It's about the right, 8 out of 32. And then we've got 2 builders. We're not building too many new things, so 2 builders is fine for now. We'll chop and change things as we need to. I think we need to now unlock these 2 houses that they get built, so that we got more space for more villagers. So let's just take a look. We've got 4 points of knowledge now. If we want to make shoes much faster, that will help us. If we want to sell it, eventually we can look at the candles. We've got the point, extra point to look at the mines. I'm not sure which way we should go. Our biggest problem is going to be food, and maybe it is worth it coming down this way of getting the foragers forage more every time that they forage, and then allowing the hunters to move faster while they're off-road, the foragers while they're off-road, and the forage radius is bigger. But having said that, I'm thinking farming is also quite important. We've got no herbs, so making soap is going to be a problem until we can get a trading center up where we can buy some herbs. This is much more tricky than on a map where these things are readily available. So, I mean, making things that we can sell is important. So, making 25% faster shoes, that could be a good thing. That will allow us to sell more shoes. I'm not so worried about mining stone and quarries at the moment. I'm going to keep 1 point for the mines. Maybe we keep another point for the candles. And maybe we don't want our villagers to become sick, but it's a tier 2 thing normally. So thinking let's let the foragers get to more. We'll see if we eventually go down the stream more. We probably have to, but it's just they're not having much to forage at the moment, so it's a problem. Alright, and we're running out of wood very quickly, so maybe that's the other thing that we need to do is to chop down faster, but the problem is the trees is not so close to our village. That's a bigger problem, I think, than actually chopping down quick enough. But okay, well, having said that, let's give them a bit of roads to get there faster. Okay, we've got one more villager born and 2 new villagers, so that puts us over 30. We've got an additional point of knowledge. But let's first get this town hall upgraded, town center upgraded. And then when that reaches level 2 or tier 2, we can call it a day and see where things take us in the next episode. So it's been quite tough. I mean, it's already year 4 and we're only getting to tier 2 now. I think on the other map we got to tier 2 before the end of year 2. So it just shows you that the scarcity of resources makes things extremely difficult and slow. I'm expecting that we're going to have a raid somewhere in this year. It's going to be tough, so we'll probably need... and there it is. There it is. We've got a raid incoming, just as I said it. Okay, let's see. 6 raiders only, so that should be okay. So we see 3 over here, so probably the other one is 3 as well. So let's try and get rid of this first one. So a bit of micromanaging and then this should go quite smooth. Okay, so there's only 2 over here. First one down. Let's move this under away so that he can survive. Okay, so we got them both. Okay, any of these have bows? We can't see that. Possibly that's an archer. So let's go for the archer. And we are out of arrows. This is not great. This is not great. So, well, let's take all the villages over here and take out this brawler. We're just gonna chance it. Anybody that gets hurt, we're gonna try to get them out of the way. Hopefully nobody dies. Come on, come on. Come on. Wow, and we survived. 6 killed. All of them stole nothing. We lost nothing. We got another point, so we've got 4 points. Our town center is upgraded to tier 2. We didn't even need to garrison all the villagers in the town center, so the raid was not that bad, but surely the next one will be worse. I think we're going to end it here for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you subscribe and like, and do leave comments if you've got questions or any suggestions, and do go watch the other series. I will link it down in the description, and we'll see how they compare. I mean, already we can see this one took us into, is it now the 5th year, to get to the tier 2 town center. Yes, it's the 5th year. No, well, into the 4th year. The other one, I think it happened at the end of the 2nd year, so much faster because it's so much easier. Even it's also Vanquisher. The fact that the resources are available just makes it so much easier. Well, thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Cheers.